Hey, it's Noble Credit. This video is about the Charles Schwab brokerage account eliminating hard pulls and what this means for new customers as well as already existing customers. Consider giving the video a like if this information proves useful in some way. It helps the channel out. And drop a like if you're already with the gang. Let's get started. Oh, and drop a like if you already have a Charles Schwab brokerage account. First, let's start off by defining a hard inquiry. A hard inquiry or a hard pull is when a lender pulls your credit report, your full credit report, as part of a credit application. Now, in the past, Charles Schwab has done these hard pulls for the checking and brokerage account, which kind of doesn't make sense because they were kind of the only ones that did it, but they did it. So hard pulls have a negative effect on your credit score. They negatively impact it by a couple points. Now that negative impact goes away over time, such as after a year of a hard inquiry being on your credit report, it no longer affects your credit score. After that 1 year, it'll stay on there for another year. So it'll stay on your credit report for 2 years. 1 year, it'll affect your score. The next year, it won't. And then after it's off, after the 2 years, it won't affect your credit report at all. As someone with a lot of credit cards, he probably pays a bunch of interest, and I do not pay any interest. I value my hard credit pulls and my hard inquiries. So I try to get as few of those as possible because I value my credit score. I like keeping a high credit score. I don't like when I have dings on my credit report. So I try to get as few hard inquiries as possible, even with the high frequency of my credit card applications. Now, on to the Charles Schwab high yield checking account. There's a Charles Schwab high yield checking account that links to a brokerage account. Now, if you get the brokerage account, you'll want the checking account too. So to get the high yield checking account and brokerage account that's linked, you used to have to undergo a hard pull from Charles Schwab. Not anymore. They no longer do a hard pull on your credit report so you can get a brokerage account and checking account with them. And this was reported as of just a few days ago. So this is great news for people who are holding off on getting that Charles Schwab brokerage account just for fear of a hard pull. Now you no longer have to undergo a hard pull. And it's also great news for people who've already had Charles Schwab brokerage accounts within the past 2 years because, as I'm showing you the visual of this, they have removed the hard credit pull from everyone's credit report from the past 2 years, including mine. Now, I've had my Charles Schwab brokerage account for about 1.5 years now, and they have removed it. And I'm showing proof of before and after. Now, why do I have an investor's account with Charles Schwab? First, Charles Schwab's brokerage account, there are no commission fees. Charles Schwab has amongst the lowest fees in the industry. Like their mutual funds, some of which I have, are amongst the lowest in the industry. Their checking account reimburses all ATM fees, international and domestic, so worldwide. And I can cash out the points that I earn for my American Express Charles Schwab Platinum Card to my Charles Schwab Investor's account at 1.25 cents per point. So this is one of the main reasons that I have the Charles Schwab Investor's account. The Charles Schwab Platinum Card gives the same benefits as the normal Platinum Card, except one thing. You can cash the points that you earn on this card out into your Charles Schwab account at 1.25 cents per point. Now, cashing out points to a checking account is something that you cannot do with the normal vanilla Platinum Card, which is why I highly recommend, if you want a version of the Platinum Card, to get the Charles Schwab variation of the card. It still comes with the same benefits as the vanilla Platinum. You get the $200 Uber credit, which I use. You get the $200 airline fee or airline incidental fee credit, which I use. You get the $50 per half year or $100 for a full year Saks credit, which I use. You get the Marriott Gold Elite credit, which I use. You get the Hilton Gold credit, which I use. And you get a lot of other benefits with this version of the Platinum Card, along with being able to cash the points out at 1.25 cents per point. Now, is 1.25 cents per point the highest value that you can get for your points? No. The points guy values membership reward points at 2 cents per point, but there's nothing as liquid as having the points in cash. The sign-up bonus for this version of the Platinum, the Charles Schwab Platinum Card, is 60,000 membership reward points after $5,000 worth of spend within 3 months. So that means after you complete the minimum spend requirement on this card, you'll get 60,000 membership reward points, which you can cash out into your Charles Schwab checking account. Now, if 60,000 points was worth 1 cent per point, it would be worth $600, which is normal. But at 1.25 cents per point, it's worth more. So you're getting more value by just having this card. Annual fee on the card is $550. There are a lot of benefits to having the card. A lot of people have platinum cards. Personally, I get this card for free because I'm active duty military, and American Express uses the Military Lending Act to credit the annual fee back to the card once it's charged. So if you want this card to go along with your Charles Schwab brokerage account, your Charles Schwab high yield checking account, you can use the referral link in the description and be on your way to investment success. I've had a really good experience so far with Charles Schwab, and I'm really happy that they retroactively removed the hard pull from everyone's credit reports. Consider leaving a like and hitting the subscribe button if you enjoyed the video and you want to see more content like this. I'm Noble Credit. I do credit card videos, credit card reviews, credit card news. Consider joining, man. It's Noble Gang, man. We out here.